So ATW actually is named after my dad. My dad's name was Anthony T. Washington Sr., and he really is the insignia, was the catalyst behind me starting my company. So for those who know me in the healthcare space, I lost my dad in 2009 to preventable medical error. And it was just really how my dad inspired me as a child, how he mentored me, through my formative years, and all that I can remember, how he really just inspired the person that I am today, whether it be in business, whether it be at home, my family values, we stick together through any kind of weather, that kind of stuff. So because I lost him, and because it was his death that really, for me, really gave me a perspective or a view of the healthcare system that I had never really seen before. The culmination of his death, and then seeing how the health system responded to that really helped me to make it just very plain and clear how social determinants of health really do impact outcomes, right? I knew it textbook, and I understood it. From growing up in, my community, and, living in stages of poverty myself. I mean, I understood it practically, but it was really his death that helped me to see it just that much more clear. So for me, this is really about understanding that healthcare is for all people. And that I recognize, coming through healthcare systems as a professional, and again, going back to textbook knowledge, that's just not really the reality of what we experience in our healthcare systems. Recognizing the insurmountable amounts of change that's still left, that needs to occur in healthcare. I'm inspired by when I ride through certain neighborhoods in the city of Chicago, coming into my office, the folks that I see, whether they're standing on the street, the buildings that I pass, the things that I encounter, my own practical experience, as an individual, how I'm able to marry those two things together with all the theory and all the book knowledge and all the experience as a professional in healthcare, with a more practical approach. And I like to call it a more innovative approach. My faith is a huge part of this. My faith is a huge part of it because actually it is my fuel. It's my accelerator. If I allowed what I experience on a daily basis to guide me, I'd fail. I started off in healthcare. I was a teenage mother. That's number one. So I like to tell people I started off, really it was by default. So this wasn't like the job I was looking for, but it was a job that paid good money while I could go to school and take care of my young daughter at the time. So I was 19 when I first started in healthcare. And I was working on the managed care side, and I'll never forget it. As long as I live, I remember people walking into that building. And I remember a man walking in one day, a senior, walking in with his colostomy bag in his hand, and he didn't understand why he was being denied for certain services. I remember another day, an older senior woman who had been diagnosed with cancer, and she didn't understand why she was being denied for chemotherapy. And so it was just a series of those types of experiences that really kind of jerked my spirit to say, you need to be on the other side of this. You need to be on the side where you can really impact the lives of people that look like you, people that have experiences like you. Because the lady that came in that had breast cancer looked like my grandmother. The man that came in that had the colostomy bag, could have been my uncle. Right? And so because of my own lived experience, for me, it was important to be on the side where I was helping to kind of extend my hand out and helping to navigate people through the health system. And I made that choice many years ago. I was 20 years old when I did that. it's important to understand who we're talking about as we begin to develop strategies on how to create better outcomes.